Welcome back, everyone. The Dallas Cowboys are once again at the center of NFL controversy, and this time the conversation is heating up around head coach Matt Eberflus. After a string of disappointing performances and a defense that's looked nothing like the dominant unit fans expected, the talk in Dallas has turned from frustration to speculation. Could Eberflus be on his way out? And if he is, who are the top defensive minds that could step in to replace him? Today, we're diving deep into the most talked about names, the insider rumors swirling around the star, and what this means for the Cowboys' future as the team tries to salvage its season before it completely unravels. Now, let's get one thing straight. Matt Eberflus came into this position with sky-high expectations. His reputation as a disciplined, detail-oriented defensive coach once made him one of the more respected minds in the league. But lately, that same defense has been porous, inconsistent, and at times downright uninspired. The Cowboys' front seven has been bullied off the line, the secondary looks lost in coverage, and the pass rush that was supposed to terrorize quarterbacks has disappeared when it matters most. For Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office, that's not just disappointing, it's unacceptable. In Dallas, where the expectations are Super Bowl or bust every single year, mediocrity isn't tolerated for long. Behind the scenes, frustration has been building. Players have reportedly voiced confusion over defensive schemes, and insiders say some veterans are privately questioning Eberflus's leadership. If this continues, it's not a matter of if he'll be fired, it's when. And if Jerry Jones decides to make a change, you can bet he'll want to bring in someone who can restore the Cowboys' defensive identity overnight. So let's talk about who that could be. One of the hottest names floating around right now is Dan Quinn. Yes, that's right, the former Cowboys defensive coordinator who turned the Dallas defense into a top-tier unit just a couple of seasons ago. Quinn is now the head coach of the Washington Commanders, but his familiarity with the Cowboys organization, the players, and the system makes him a tempting option if things fall apart in D.C. Quinn's players loved him. He brought energy, swagger, and accountability. He knows how to maximize talent like Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, and DeMarcus Lawrence. The problem? Poaching a sitting head coach from a division rival would take some serious negotiating and an even more serious checkbook. But in Jerry Jones's world, nothing is ever truly off the table. If Quinn is too far-fetched, another intriguing possibility is Mike Zimmer. The former Vikings head coach and longtime Cowboys defensive assistant has deep roots in Dallas. Zimmer spent 13 years with the Cowboys, including as defensive coordinator from 2000 to 2006, and he's always been known for his no-nonsense, hard-nosed style. Zimmer's defenses are physical, disciplined, and aggressive, the kind of identity this Cowboys team desperately needs. At 68, Zimmer isn't a long-term solution, but as a stabilizing force who can command respect and get results quickly, he'd make a ton of sense. Plus, he's already familiar with the Jones family and the pressure that comes with the Cowboys spotlight. Then there's Vic Fangio, another defensive mastermind who could be a dream fit in Dallas. Fangio is one of the most respected defensive strategists of his generation, known for his complex zone schemes and ability to neutralize elite offenses. He's currently with the Philadelphia Eagles, which again complicates things, but let's not forget coaches move all the time in this league. Fangio's ability to craft disciplined, fundamentally sound defenses would bring back the kind of precision the Cowboys' defense has been missing. If Dallas truly wants to rebuild its defensive reputation, Fangio's structure and experience could be the foundation. Some league insiders have also pointed to Jim Leonhard, the former Wisconsin defensive coordinator and ex-NFL safety who's been on several teams' radar in recent years. Leonhard is young, innovative, and has a brilliant defensive mind that blends traditional toughness with modern flexibility. His ability to disguise coverages and create chaos at the line of scrimmage could mesh perfectly with Micah Parsons' versatility. The only knock is his lack of NFL coordinator experience, but that might not scare Jerry Jones. After all, Dallas has taken risks on unproven coaches before, and sometimes that gamble pays off big. Another name picking up buzz is Wink Martindale, currently the defensive coordinator for the New York Giants. Martindale is known for his ultra-aggressive, blitz-heavy style, something that would energize this Cowboys defense instantly. Imagine Micah Parsons blitzing from multiple angles, Trayvon Diggs playing aggressive press coverage, and a defense that actually puts fear back into opposing quarterbacks. Martindale's personality also fits Dallas perfectly. He's loud, confident, and not afraid of the spotlight. If Eberflus is shown the door, Martindale could be one of the first calls Jerry makes. But let's not forget about Brian Flores, who's rebuilding his reputation as one of the league's most promising defensive coaches after his stint with the Miami Dolphins. Flores has a sharp football mind, an eye for detail, and a no-excuses mentality that this locker room could use. His schemes are versatile, his players respect him, and he's known for getting the most out of underdog rosters. Put that kind of leadership into a defense with elite talent like Dallas, and you might see immediate results. There's also the possibility that the Cowboys look internally. If Eberflus is fired mid-season, the team could promote someone already on staff as an interim coordinator. That could mean defensive line coach Aiden Derd or linebackers coach Scott McCurley stepping up temporarily. Derd, in particular, has gained a lot of respect from players and could bring a smoother transition if Jerry doesn't want to blow up the entire coaching staff mid-year. However, if the Cowboys truly believe this roster has championship potential, they might go hunting for a proven name rather than a caretaker. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Jerry Jones himself. The Cowboys owner is known for his loyalty to his people, but when the pressure mounts and the national media starts circling, he's not afraid to make a splash. Firing Eberflus would send shockwaves through the organization, but it might also reignite the fire that this team desperately needs. Jerry knows that the Cowboys can't waste the prime years of Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb on mediocrity. The time to act is now, and bringing in a defensive guru could be the spark that turns things around before it's too late. In a lot of ways, this situation mirrors what happened back in 2020 when Mike Nolan's defense completely fell apart and Dan Quinn was brought in to fix the mess. That move instantly turned the Cowboys into one of the top defensive units in football. The same kind of turnaround could happen again if they make the right hire. The key is finding someone who can bring accountability, leadership, and creativity to a defense that's lost its edge. Fans are already split. Some believe Eberflus deserves more time to implement his vision, arguing that injuries and poor offensive support have made the defense look worse than it is. Others think the time for excuses is over. When you're wearing the star on your helmet, expectations are higher than anywhere else. The Cowboys don't play for moral victories, they play for trophies. And if Eberflus can't deliver that kind of performance soon, Jerry might have no choice but to bring in a new face to lead this defense forward. Another factor worth considering is how the players respond. If the locker room has truly lost faith in Eberflus's system, then keeping him around could do more harm than good. In the NFL, once you lose the players' trust, it's nearly impossible to get it back. A fresh voice, a new scheme, and a different kind of energy could reignite the belief that this defense can still dominate. Imagine a defensive coordinator who can bring Micah Parsons back to his natural pass rushing form, unlock the potential of young players like Motzi Smith, and create a more cohesive unit that plays with heart and aggression. That's exactly what this team needs. Some experts even think Jerry might look outside the traditional NFL circles. College football is full of innovative defensive minds like Georgia's Glenn Schumann or Alabama's Kevin Steele, both of whom are respected for developing elite talent and modernizing defensive playbooks. A jump to the NFL is never easy, but if Jerry is looking for the next big thing rather than recycling the same names, he might explore those routes. It would be a bold move, but bold moves are what define Jerry Jones's legacy. Right now, though, everything hinges on the Cowboys' next few games. If the defense continues to crumble, the calls for Eberflus's firing will get louder by the day. But if they can turn things around, maybe, just maybe, he'll get a chance to steady the ship. Still, for most fans, the writing feels like it's already on the wall. The Cowboys' defense isn't just underperforming, it's unrecognizable. And that's a problem that demands action. So as speculation grows and the tension in Dallas reaches new heights, one thing is certain: Jerry Jones will not sit quietly while his team flounders. Whether it's bringing back a familiar face like Dan Quinn, resurrecting a veteran like Mike Zimmer, or taking a chance on a new age innovator like Jim Leonhard, the Cowboys will be looking for someone who can restore fear, fire, and focus to this defense. Because in the end, it's not just about saving a season, it's about saving the Dallas Cowboys' identity. And there you have it. The clock is ticking, the pressure is mounting, and the future of this Cowboys defense hangs in the balance. If Matt Eberflus can't deliver, someone else will. So buckle up, Cowboys Nation, because the next few weeks could define not just this season, but the entire direction of the franchise moving forward. Thanks for watching, and if you love getting the latest updates and deep breakdowns like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another Cowboys update.